a little bit of a cool one here. I'm sure this needs no introduction. Frank from Exploring Abandoned Mines on YouTube. You know that massive channel that goes in underground mines all over BC? Well, we're going to his museum right now. We're going to go say hi to Frank and see what's up. So, the Yankee Boy, one of the mines he goes and makes videos on is like right in there. He goes all over BC. He went to Caswell, Ainsworth. He goes, like, physically goes into the mines. Wait a second. Mining evening.
Your destination is on the left.
Nice. I want this. Here. Just like
Okay, well.
just
So you built this cabin yourself, eh?
It's a museum, yeah. And we have our own sawmill, so
Oh, really? Wow,
we're
man.
pushing over the trees. We developed all these roads. I mean, there was nothing here when we started here a couple of years ago.
Yeah, yeah. I love the carts and stuff, man. Everything. Wow.
Plan.
Okay.
So we take people in the whole bottom level.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, yeah. Totally. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 4 levels up.
Next
Yeah.
year, we've got a manual going up there. Next year, we're going to take people up the top and then get up the top. But
That's
like
really
2
cool,
hours
man.
or so, like more.
Yeah, it'd be more of a production.
A
Yeah.
lot of people, they're challenged enough just walking there.
Yeah, 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 for sure, man. Oh, you've got all the adits and stuff labeled. Nice.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's where that.
Yeah.
The plan view from the top. It is.
110,000. I love it. The article in the paper. 110K.
This box here we got out of Rhyolite, but that's
Oh, you even got one too. Yeah, nice. Yeah.
You don't see them very often. So that was, they used candles prior to having the carbide lamp. So
It's just like imagine working under candlelight all day. Orientation time.
So there's so you can make this kind of whatever size you want. So you can just make that and make it bigger, and then you can just pull this and make it tighter.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's two buttons in there. This one here is the one that turns it on. So you just hit it twice, and it gives you a hide.
Okay.
You can just turn it on, leave it on.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, one of the old blasts. It's cool. Great. This is awesome. I totally didn't think we'd get a tour. I just thought we were gonna come and see some stuff. This is great.
Now this is where I put my winter coat on.
I love the decorations, man. Gotta inspire confidence. Oh, it's cool. You can feel the cool air too.
Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as you stand right there, you can feel it.
The hotter is outside, the more air comes out, and then in the winter time it goes in.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, because they're reversing
If
the
it's
pressure.
cooler,
Yeah.
It doesn't move much. So
Yeah.
There's lots of bats on the top end, but you don't see them. But when it gets dark, as soon as it gets dark, they'll start flying. But they mostly fly to the top. They're not on the bottom much.
gotta put on boots.
It's not very wet. There's a little bit of water.
Oh no, this isn't bad at all, man.
We drank the water coming out of here. So.
Oh, the shoring looks like it's brand new too.
Yeah, we sawed all this and put it all in.
Oh, nice, man.
They're
Wow.
all mills.
Looks really good, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
There wasn't any left when we started here. This is all flooded and full of rocks. Now watch your head just a little bit low right here. That's better. Alright. So if you watch many of our videos, we have a thing called the right hand rule. So every time you hit a branch, you always go to the right. So we'll do that. It's a good way to kind of keep track of where you've been. And then you don't end up going around in circles or confused.
Yeah, well, I'd imagine you get lost pretty easily in one of these mines.
So this is something called a crosscut. So it's just a long, straight tunnel here, and it's just wide enough for the ore car to get through. So we didn't actually mine nothing right here. We just we're getting underneath the deposit here. if you're pushing a hard part in here, you're kind of hunched over.
And what was it? They sloped it ever so slightly so it was easier to push out, right?
Yeah, and for the water to.
Yeah.
So about 1.5%.
Yeah, that's what.
Great, so these are
wow.
calcite, so they're calcium stalactites, I call it. Sometimes they call them soda straws. So don't touch them because they're real delicate and if they break off. It'll
yeah.
take 100 years for them.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Wow,
Yeah.
beautiful.
Wow.
Sometimes they'll be blue or green or red. It depends on what kind of minerals are in the formation. So we're going into a place called Winds. So Winds is a flooded section of the mine. And most times they'll mine under lakes, rivers, or even the ocean, as in Britannia. So these are pumps that run off of compressed air that pump water out of the mines.
Oh yeah, that was the compressor in Ralston we saw. So it's over that.
Yes. So here we have a collection of fluorescent minerals, and I'm going to have to get you to shut your light off
Oh,
to
yep.
see them. We got a black light here. Probably pushing the wrong button. If you
Yeah, I
There's
think.
two of them.
Gotta
One's
find
a-
it,
One's
yeah.
a little bigger than the other. There you go.
Oh wow.
So this one here is probably the most colorful one, but it's not real bright.
Yeah.
That one there's quite a few different colors.
Wow, beautiful.
Wow.
This one here is translucent, which means that you hold the light on it and then you take it away and it'll glow.
Oh, that's really cool.
But see, look, it's white now, and we pulled it, it looks green.
Yeah.
So fluorite is the brightest. That blue stuff is fluorite, which is they use that for flux in mines with the copper smelting process.
Oh yeah.
Fluorite is also used in toothpaste.
Yeah.
So that's calcite.
Oh,
red.
beautiful.
When you turn the light back on, it's just white. It doesn't look like that at all.
Wow.
That's so cool, man. Fluorescent minerals.
This is petrified wood. That orange piece.
Wow.
I didn't know petrified wood could do that. Wow.
Petrified wood is really actually a mineral, so
Oh, yeah,
the
true,
mineral
yeah.
displaces the wood over time. So there's
Yeah,
actually
yeah.
just a wooden shape. There isn't actually any wood left. So, all right, that's it.
Cool.
You see that one that was all orange here? It don't look like nothing.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look
Doesn't look
pretty.
nothing
Yeah,
like that. You
no.
never think it would be
Exactly.
orange under a light.
Wow.
This,
So this is stuff they mined here. So
Oh, that's the vein, right?
yeah, so this is real thin here, but this is quartz here,
Oh, yeah.
and that's where the gold and silver would have been contained in the quartz. And if you look up here, you can see they drilled. There's a whole bunch of drill holes in there. So that's what they do. They follow the veins and then they drill.
So is this
and
stoked
blast
out?
it.
This would be stoked
Yeah,
out a little
this would
bit.
be a
Yeah.
stope, yeah.
This would be a stope. Okay.
Very small.
Yeah.
But you can see like stringers of it.
Yeah,
there, but, you know,
little
they-
veins. Yeah.
I don't know how they know if it's going to get thicker or thinner, or maybe it's just a hunch. I'm not really sure. So, I mean, I don't know. How would you know if you went into that? Maybe it gets thicker, maybe it's 2 feet thick further back in, or maybe there's nothing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
part of the game, right?
Well, I guess they spend so much time following leads and stuff. They probably have an idea.
I was in Rosslyn. They were saying that they had a team that was just for exploration. Their whole job was to just drill and see if they could map the ore body,
Oh yeah.
and then everybody else would mine.
Well,
it.
do that with diamond drilling. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
There's all kinds of places where there's little.
Oh wow, yeah.
Things of it.
Literally, yeah.
So this was mined out here. This is called a winze. So it's just a flooded section. And so there was quartz in there. They mined it out, and they just put the waste rock back there
oh, wow.
rather than hauling it out. So it's about 10 feet deep. Well, not quite as deep now. It went down a couple feet, but so that sign came up with another mine called the Jersey Emerald. So in that mine, they had a lot of water coming in there, and that's up in Sheep Creek too.
Yeah. I really want to get up there, but so
And,
far,
there's 12 miles of tunnels in there.
12 miles. Wow.
So they, so with in the Jersey Emerald, there's so much water in the bottom things. If they shut the pumps off, the water will come up really quick there, and then people end up drowning there. So I gotta make sure there's nobody down there.
Drowning, really? Eh? Well, I guess 10 feet of water. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
this is 10 feet of water. The Jersey Emerald has way more.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if you look behind you, there's some carbide rating right up here that the miners wrote with carbide lamps.
Oh,
Miners graffiti. There's quite a bit more.
that's really cool.
What
Carbide
that means, I don't
graffiti.
know.
Yeah. Code. It's probably got to be code, right?
Kids with crayons. You got a nice wall.
It's like I used to work on bridges, and you'd go down inside a bridge and you'd find all this graffiti from like the last crew that worked there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Pretty funny stuff.
Well, watch your head here go to the right, so look over there. You'll hear a little bump in the
Oh wow, it's a good breeze coming through here.
So this is some wood out of the number 1 shaft, and what typically happens with this wood here is not bad shape. What typically happens is the nails rust out, so the nails will rust down to nothing. Ladders are one of the worst things. The rungs will just pull right off the sides of the ladders. And so another danger in the band of mines is unexploded dynamite. So there's a stick of dynamite that was left.
Oh yeah, yeah, no kidding. Hey, wow.
Didn't that day. There's something called a boot bag. The biggest hazard to that is miners drilling into it.
Yeah, exactly. Get a spark or something.
So this is the number 1 shaft. There's 424 loads of waste rock in here, so there's no way.
Oh wow.
Last year, I remember. So we had to muck it out. So you're looking up 100 feet, which is only a quarter of the distance to the top of the mine.
Wow. That's incredible, man.
So you're looking at, you see this row of timbers up here? Along the side of that shaft where those boards were, those boards would have been nailed on the inside of like a wall all the way up there. And there's a level at the very top of those timbers. And then there was a railway, so they just jumped the water, came all the way down here. And then they just opened this gate up, and then it comes.
Oh, and it would dump through the chute, yeah.
Into a car, yeah.
Right on. Yeah.
So use gravity. That's the whole point of this whole level down here. You get underneath all the ore bodies, so you can just use gravity to load the cars. You don't have to shovel anything.
Wow.
So there would have been another one overshoot right there on this side. This overshoot, we built this. This is only about 3 months old. The one that was in here was in the same spot, but it was all rotted. There's nothing left of it. So in the middle here, there would have been a platform kind of like this, every 15 feet going up. And then they would have ladders going this way, that way, and maybe a skip in the middle for hauling tools and stuff up there. And that's how they got to these 2 levels. So that level is the 2650 level. The top one's the 2700 level. So we can actually get right to the top of that level by going up a man line so the passages ways, like I was telling you, we were going to have tours of,
next year, yeah.
Of the other top levels.
Oh man, I'm be coming back for that. That's great. That looks amazing. I like how you guys are like, it's like basically you redoing all the work that they used to do.
Yeah.
But just modernizing it basically.
Well, making it safe for people.
Exactly.
There's lots of abandoned mines.
Oh man, and they can be so dangerous, right? Like it's kind of crazy.
This is the powder room where they kept the dynamite in the mine. So the dynamite would have been in a steel box.
This is a magazine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the fuses they keep in a separate box. There's some blasting caps that are in there.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's something called a tape fuse. You stick that part in a stick of dynamite, and then they're a meter long, and then 3 minutes later it goes off.
Yeah, it goes off. Yeah, run.
So you don't use those underground anymore. They're actually banned from underground. The reason being is if you strike that fuse with a tool like a shovel, if it's underneath there, it'll ignite it and it can set off some dynamite.
Yeah, no, that's not
So
good.
they use electric blasting caps underground now, so you don't use that tape fuses anymore. So when they first started mining, this is the tool they had. And we found these underground here. This is hand steel, very old way of drilling rock. This is called a double jack. So basically, one guy just held this thing like this, and the other guy wheeled out with a sledgehammer and turned it.
Pound it, yeah.
And that's how they drilled.
Yeah.
Before they had drilling machines. So they started the drilling machines around the turn of the century. This is something called a stoper. So it's an air-powered drill, and it has a valve there. You just hit that, and then it's got an air cylinder in there, and it goes up and it drills up. So stopers are what they would have used to do that shaft, because they would start from the bottom and drill up, and then blast and keep drilling like that. This is the other type of a drill they got. This is called jack leg, and it's for doing horizontal holes. So both of them have 2 connections, air and water connection. The air runs the drill. The water goes up through the body of the jack and then comes out through a little hole here.
That's for the dust, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. So they're drilling along.
Yeah.
There's water coming out and it's taking out pieces of rock. It kills the dust and it also cools the bits. So
You're cleaning the hole too, yeah,
so
for sure.
this kind of rock, especially, it's got a lot of silica in it. Quartz is mostly silica.
Yeah, no, that's not good for you.
So yeah, well, that's what they found out. When they first started mining with these tools, they didn't know that. It was really dusty in here. Guys, after 3-4 years, started getting black lung disease, and they couldn't breathe anymore. So the water is an important part of controlling the dust. So this is a tamping rod here. So just a wooden rod that they use for sticking dynamite in the hole.
Oh, packing the charges in.
You drill 8 feet in, then you stick dynamite in there and ram the sticks of dynamite into the hole.
Did the drilling depth, was it always like a constant thing, or did it change based on like the
Usually
water?
8 feet. So the way they would do it, say if they were doing this tunnel, they would drill one hole in the very middle called the burn hole. Then they do about 3 or 4 rings around the burn hole called breast holes. And then 2, 3 underneath there called lifters. And with electric blasting caps, you have a delay of the different types of fuses that you have. So the burn hole goes off first, leaves a hole about a foot around, 8 feet in. And then a few milliseconds later, that first ring goes off, and then the rock stops starting to go. It falls into that burn hole crate.
Yeah.
And the next goes boom, boom. It keeps falling, keeps caving into the center. Then you just got a big pile of broken rock. Those lifters go off, and they actually lift that whole big pile and set it right about there on top of a steel sheet where they could shovel it off or use a mucking machine, whichever.
Yeah, muck it out. Yeah.
However the mine was set up. That's how blasting works. If everything works right, they can get their.
What did they do if they had a when it misfired, when it didn't go off? They had to wait like 30 minutes or something.
No, they usually wait about 3 or 4 hours.
3 or 4 hours.
So, yeah, what they do is they come to work. They have the muck from the previous shift. They muck that out. Then they drill all their holes, set their explosives, everything in there, and then they have a firing line going all the way outside in this mine. And then they'd use that blast generator to do the blast, and nobody would go in here for 3 or 4 hours because it's awful. That gives any unexploded ore guts a chance to go off. What typically happens? The reason why it wouldn't go off is if the blasting cap got pulled out prior to detonation, and then the powder's still in there. So that would be the most common reason, or there was a fault with the fuse, I guess. So these days they don't use that much dynamite. They use ANFO, ANFO is a combination of nitrogen fertilizer and diesel. So they mix it up in a mixer like that, blow it into the holes, and just use 1 stick of dynamite and a blasting cap to set the ANFO up. So that's what Timothy McVeigh used when he blew up the federal building in Oklahoma City a couple years ago. A ton of ANFO and 1 stick of dynamite. So this is a diamond drill, so like that, and they drill into the rock, and then a core comes out through the back of it, and that's how they do their sampling of the rock and stuff. So, like I say, to figure out if there's any gold or silver, whatever, in a formation. So there's a couple different sizes, bigger ones and smaller ones. So after they put these boxes labeled which hole it is, how deep it comes, then a geologist comes along with a jeweler's loupe, which is like a microscope, and looks at it and sees if there's any gold or other minerals in it. If there is, he would get it cut in half like that, and then half would go to an assay lab to get an analysis done on it, and the other half they would keep for themselves to back up any kind of, if there's any kind of dispute on the results.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's a whole row of diamond drilling holes here, and the reason they drilled them here is because of this vein here. So this vein is not quartz, but it's very closely associated with quartz. So the geologist probably speculated that maybe there was quartz in behind it.
They really are veins too, eh? Because I was like, when people said, "Oh, it's a vein," I was like trying to picture it, but yeah, it's a literal vein. Yeah.
We'll see some quartz veins in the back here, and some Stope and stuff. They didn't mine in this area too much, but they did lots in the back.
Yeah, well, and it was they left some behind if it wasn't like worthwhile with purity, or like it was too hard, right? Because I heard that there's a lot of gold that they just left because it was like no point.
This mine didn't make a lot of money. They, if you look at the Minister of Mines reports, they were getting about 400 ounces a year, which wouldn't have paid for the 20 or 30 guys they had working.
No, right?
So there, see lots of carbide right in here. There's a Colin, Art, a John, a Jack, and there's a big Martin and different names that they wrote in here.
Yeah, all the guys.
It's like the bridge thing, I guess, was kind of a tradition that, when they got to the end of the heading, that they would write their names.
Yeah.
So we worked here for a whole year to clear this shaft. So this shaft had stuff about 300 feet up, all the way up and through some passageways coming down, and there's big boulders and stuff in there. So this is the stuff they were mining, the quartz. Normally when they drill up, they just blast it and they take all the quartz out, but sometimes it gets buried in the host rock, which is this stuff. And so every time we saw some quartz, we just threw it in this pile here. So that looks like gold there, but it's not.
Pyrite?
It's pyrite.
Yeah.
There's some galena there. That was silver in this mine too.
Nice, yeah.
And there's an old drill bit here. This is calcite. It was kind of cool, but it was just in the ditches that forms just from the water and the minerals in the water and stuff.
I love how like the structure of it's really cool. It's like hairy almost.
Yeah.
It looks like it's got hair on it.
So where you're standing right there, you probably think you're just standing on the floor, but you're not. This is a false floor. So there's just wood here. If you look here, there's just wood here. It was all mined out underneath there.
Yeah.
As you can see above you, the shaft comes down. This is all part of a vein. So it kind of illustrates one of the hazards in abandoned mines where you're walking along and all of a sudden you don't realize it and you're on a false floor. So in this case, being how it's flooded, you fall into water, no big deal. But, you know, what if you're 100 feet up and there's nothing but air underneath you?
Yeah, you're falling.
You
Yeah, and
guys
you're never
can
coming out. You're never coming out.
You
yeah.
guys can probably swim, but you can't fly, right?
No, exactly. Yeah.
So-
yeah.
Yeah. So there's a little bit of quartz you can see in there, but this is all mined out of here, this area. Lots of drill holes in here. And we see a place here in the tally where they kept track of how many hooks they loaded up on.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, I didn't realize that was with carbide too. I thought maybe like
Yeah.
like a pen, like a like a marker or something.
So this is the number 3 shaft. So we built this manually to get up to access higher levels from here. So
Oh, wow.
If this manway wasn't here, you could look up and you could see a tunnel going that direction from here. So we've got manway going all the way up to there, but it only goes about 100 feet in that direction and it ends. So it's just exploratory. But going this way, it goes up at an angle and goes over top of that shaft we just saw. And then it keeps going and you can make your way all the way to the first shaft we were at.
Wow.
And then it goes to a whole bunch of other passageways and big areas of the stopes at the top. And you can actually get up to 200 feet above us. So this is also an emergency escape. So if we were here and for some reason that collapsed and we couldn't get out, we can get out.
Oh, okay.
I have some climbing rigging and ropes coming down, so we'd have to use ropes to get out.
Do they have a lot of vents in these mines, like vent shafts?
Yeah, this is very well amended.
Yeah, I can tell.
You know, when you come in, you can feel all the
Yeah, I feel all the air because yeah, it was like every level or something, right? Would have its own vent shaft.
Well, they're all connected together, and part of the reason was because when they're doing the blasting, it gets rid of the dust and the
Yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
moves it all out.
So here's starting with carburetor. This looks like it says for sale. This one.
Oh man.
So it could have been that profitable. The trend is not even back there. So here's some writing that'll make you feel real comfortable about being underneath here. It says, beware of falling rock and watch out, dangerous rock. And here there's a line that says pay on this side of the line, and it says X on that side, and it says nothing but greenstone there. So the greenstone's the host rock.
Yeah.
Lots of other rating, but it's hard to make out what it says. There's a drill hole, A2, and it says goes in 74 feet
When did this mine close?
in 1941.
Oh wow. So this writing's been there for a long time.
There's another drill hole there, 72 feet deep. There was water pouring out of there, but the water's quit coming out of there now.
Drained, yeah.
So, I don't know if you ever heard of acid leaching in mines, but so if you look at it, you can see those sulfides, that yellow stuff, they're sulfides. So that's the cause of acid leaching. It's what causes acid leaching. So some mines, you go through the whole thing's just sulfides like that. So it comes from a volcanic activity that comes up, which lots of times is closely associated with mineral occurrences.
Yes, yeah.
So the problem with the sulfides is the water travels through it and it raises the pH of the water. In some cases, it make it so acidic it's like battery acid by the time it leaves the mine.
Really? Wow.
So what happens with that is when it's that acidic, it can eat out heavy metals on the formations, things like arsenic, cadmium, lead.
You know what? I did a job. We were decommissioning a copper mine, and they were talking. We had to go get samples for like it was a diving job. We had to go get samples.
Which
for
copper mine was it?
The one on the island near Cole Harbor. But they were worried about the dock, the soil and the water having arsenic contamination.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Well, lots of times you're going through drilling through stuff called arsenopyrite. So it's pyrite, but it's got arsenic.
Well, gold is typically attracted to arsenic too, isn't it?
Something like that.
Yeah.
So this is a stall here, so don't touch it. It's pretty rough.
Oh yeah, totally.
It's holding
Yeah.
up loose rock, and we
Yep.
don't want it to fall
No,
on your head.
no. That's
We'll
called
make a cool video. But
that's called a stall. You said?
stall, S-T-U-L-L.
Okay.
There's another drill hole, it's 27 feet deep, and a small little vein that doesn't go very far. There's a little ladder. You can see the miner's boots. They kind of wore the rungs
Yeah.
somewhat on it. And there's just little dynamite boxes. And little
I see
rail
what you're
here.
saying with the nails though. How the nails will just rust out and then the rungs just pop right off.
There's some more there that they didn't take out for some reason. I don't know. Normally they would take that stuff out.
Yeah.
There's some air line and water line that was left in here. This is a muck sheet here that was left here. So this is the end of the track here. So from the stuff that we had to clean up from there, we had to bring it here, dump on the muck sheet, and then load it into our work car and then push it out. If you look behind you can look at the stope here. You can see.
Oh wow.
This,
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's only about 20 feet high. It's a small scope, but you can see how from down there, there's hardly any ore there at all. It just gets thicker and thicker, and it comes up, and then it gets fair size vein in there.
Yeah, you can see the vein. Yeah, that's
So
a good
that's
size.
kind of how shrinkage stopes works. They just kept drilling out about 4 feet like that and going up. Then they just pick the white stuff out and then leave the rest.
Yeah, and you just go as you need. Don't do any more than you need to.
So there's that's something called flow stone. That's just on the walls there. There's a bunch more quartz in here that we picked up out of here.
Wow.
Now you want to get a video of some gold, right?
Oh yeah, of course.
There we go, there's some gold there for you.
Literal, yeah, the literal gold, eh? Yeah.
Somebody painted those rocks gold and threw them in here, I thought it was funny. So you can see quite a few pyrites in these samples here. And those are oil cans in a teacup and an antifreeze thing that was here in this level. That was left here when the miners were working here. So as you see here, you can see quartz on the floor here. And then if you look up here, you can see it on the ceiling also. So you can imagine there was just a big layer of it all the way along this hanging wall.
Yeah, and they just
along here.
picked it all out. Yeah.
So if you look behind you here at this slab, it would have been like that. That's how it would have formed along the walls like that. So that's what they were mining. They were looking for those veins and picking that stuff out of there. You see there's a flowstone here with there's somebody wrote their initials with the flowstones over it, we can still see through it.
Yeah.
This is where our dam is, where we're getting our water, so the water can't get past here, we just put a plug in here. Have a look up there.
Oh wow.
So that's,
Wow.
this is as far as we take people. We see a vein up there, and then also you can see a manway. I don't know, you want to hold this light or whatever's going to work.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
That's really cool, man.
So I was up in there the other night there. It continues for another 400 feet, but we can't get any further. We've got those big rocks and stuff.
Wait, and it was just gold that we're pulling out of here, or was it like a little bit of copper?
Gold and silver. It's reported how many ounces, whatever they got a year, and it was about the same amount of gold as it was silver.
Oh, nice.
So for 100 ounces of silver doesn't amount to much money. The price of gold and silver is pretty much, when you adjust it for inflation, about the same as it always was. Because back when gold was $18 an ounce, the wages are $3 a day. Now the wages most guys make $300 a day, which is 100 times that, and the gold is 100 times as much. So it's pretty much, it's basically 100 times what it was back in 1900.
And Phoenix, you mentioned Phoenix. That was a copper mine,
was,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But they got 10 pounds of gold a day out of there, but that wasn't really very much gold for 3,500 tons of ore that they mined every day. So this is the original the airline that was in
Oh,
here.
yeah.
So it's,
Do you have guys that help you do this, or are you doing this all by yourself?
we've had a few volunteers over the years, that came and helped out for a few days.
Yeah.
One guy is.
This is a lot of work. This is a lot of work, man.
Yeah.
Like, this is a ton of work.
Well, we're here 7 days a week, pretty much doing this every day.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Put a lot of hours in.
Yeah.
So the right-hand rule. So there's our werewolf.
I love
Garden
it.
this.
Garden the
Garden
entrance.
this
Yeah.
branch here. So there's a vein here you can see.
Yeah.
That was running along this way. So you didn't have to worry about being claustrophobic, eh? So this is what's called a hanging wall, and this is a footwall. So a vein is always between a hanging wall and footwall. Sometimes it's hard to tell which is which when the vein's going horizontal.
Yeah, well, I guess it's all which way the fault goes.
So there's probably nothing in this vein here because they didn't mine any right out of here. It's just soft kind of a clay.
Oh wow, nice.
So this is something called a square set. It's commonly used in the 1800s. And these pieces are all made outside. They just bring them in, put them together like a Lego set. So this is the post, the cap, and the girt. And what it was used for basically is just a scaffold. So they mine as high as they could with hand tools. Then they build this and they jump up on there and then they keep working up. And then they keep adding more sections as they needed to go higher if the vein continued. And they can make it as wide or as long as they want.
Oh yeah.
There's places in Rosslyn where there's, it's up 10 stories like this.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool to see, but they don't use it anymore because it uses a huge amount of wood.
It's absolutely insane the amount of gold they pulled out of there.
There's smarter ways of doing it, mining.
Yeah, for sure, man.
So this is a light that runs off of compressed air. There's a grinder that runs off compressed air. An old bench vise. This is some stuff inside the Phoenix. They had electric railway in there, so those are the hangers and stuff for the power lines in Phoenix. Wow. And this is a shaft bell that come from Goldfield, Nevada. And it's like an elevator. Basically, the hoist is on the surface, and they have these at each level. And then the miner could just use this to call the hoist to come down to the level they were.
Oh, okay.
If they wanted the
Yeah.
cage to come.
Wow.
That's where Mike used to sleep there when he was helping us, and his big he always wanted to sleep underground in mine, so he slept in there. These are some tools that we have. This is something we were doing some magnet fishing underneath an old bridge from 1900, and I guess they dropped it there 120 years ago. Look how thin it is, hard nothing left.
Yeah, just corroded.
I think it was probably maybe this thick when they threw it in there.
Yeah. Just gradually get eaten away.
Probably, it wasn't that thin.
No, yeah, exactly.
So this is the blacksmith's forge.
Oh, wow.
This is they generate the air for the blacksmith.
Yeah.
And so these are bricks from all over different mines. That came from Antioch. It says Granby on it.
Oh, Antioch's? Nice, man. Yeah, I always want to go to Antioch.
This came from Antioch too. So it's not an anvil. It's a davit or a cleat to tie up boats. They had a foundry. They made them there because they're 60 miles from the nearest.
I really want to get over to Antioch. You gotta
yeah.
go charter a boat basically to get there.
Yeah, you can Rob will take you there. They stay at the camp and everything there. So my buddy is the mine manager there, Kevin. We did.
Oh, really?
With. Yeah.
Oh, nice, man.
I just talked to him a couple days ago. So these are Jim Crows. So you stick a piece of rail in there, tighten that up, and that's how you get the bends in the rail.
Oh, I was always wondered how they did that.
How they bend the rail.
Oh, right on.
There's an old pipe wrench, chain pipe wrench.
Yeah.
And behind you there's a drill. This is a hand-operated drill, where they had electric drills. Since 1895 on at the bottom or somewhere. And this is a flat deck car, so it's kind of got stakes on it like a logging truck. But it's really heavy, so we don't use it. It weighs 500 pounds. Up there. So this is the newer line. It's got those crimp fittings, and they use those Vitalic fittings.
Yeah, Vitalic. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we turn to the right again. If everything works right, you'll be able to see daylight soon. If we're not lost.
Yeah.
You see how black all this stuff gets? This cool stuff doesn't rot very fast.
Yeah, the heat'll definitely help that.
And then probably if you have fir wood, it'll last longer than pine. I don't know. There's a number of factors.
A lot of different factors, yeah.
So there you go. That's your first mine, huh?
Right on, man. That was great. Thank you. I've always wanted to go inside a mine, but like I said, I kind of know a little bit about the hazard, so I was like, probably just. But then I saw your museum, and I was like, oh man, this is perfect. This is perfect, right? So.
Doesn't get much safer than that. You see the painting we had done?
Yeah, that's
Oh wow, no, I didn't even notice that. Wow, that's epic, man. I love it. Okay, so we just finished up the Yankee Boy tour with Frank there. That was incredible, guys. His expertise and knowledge, much appreciated. Thank you very much. It was really cool to go inside a mine and get the knowledge firsthand from a guy that's been down there and done it many, many years, right? It was really cool to see. So thanks to Frank. Make sure, guys, if you are in Grand Forks and you have some time, you come by and check his museum and mine out. It's really, really cool. I highly, highly recommend it. Make sure you support Frank and his channel as well. Check him out on YouTube. There'll be links in the description. So yeah, I'm going to close this one out now, guys. That's going to be it for me. Sasquatch Prospector, out.